ProVent decided to make a single-stack PVC system, we knew it had to be the best. It had to reflect ProVent's decades-long commitment to innovation, quality, and excellence. Up to this time, no one had made a Sovent-type fitting using PVC. We quickly realized that all the interior partitions were going to require us to mold the stack vent into two pieces and join the parts together. We carefully engineered the very complicated molding. After researching various methods of joining the parts, we decided that a hot plate welder was the best way to provide a leak-proof fit. We purchased specialized molding machines along with the welder and began our first production run. We quickly discovered why no other engineering company has successfully constructed a Sovent-type fitting using PVC. Despite our best efforts, most of these parts had to be rejected. They just weren't up to our customers' standards. The parts that weren't rejected were then pressure tested prior to shipping and found to be acceptable. Then we were in for another surprise. Once the parts were installed, often in hard-to-reach places, they would fail under pressure testing. Obviously, this was an unacceptable outcome for ProVent and our customers. The failure of these fittings seemed completely random. One thing we knew was that the parts would crack if dropped, and that units shipped in cold weather were more prone to failure. At the time, we felt that most of the issues were caused by mishandling during shipping and installation. However, we soon realized that this was not the case. We knew we had a number of challenges. We knew the time had come to bring in some specialists to help us solve the problems. We started by bringing in a resin expert. After exhaustive testing, our expert told us we needed to use a resin with a higher impact resistance. He recommended using more uniform pellets to promote better melting, but that was just the beginning. Together, we developed a special PVC resin we call ProTough 42. Next, we took a look at the design aspect of the stack vent with the help of a plastics design specialist. Together, we went over the entire design of the vent with a fine-tooth comb. It turned out that we needed to improve the weld joint design and the curing process. Our expert helped us improve the design of the stack vent to assure a good flush fit of all the complicated interior partitions. Additionally, he defined a better assembly process and curing regimen. One of the key improvements was the addition of two specialized molding machines. This allowed us to make both halves of the unit at the same time to ensure that all the conditions are identical at the time of molding. Another key improvement was the use of a cooling table. Once these components were removed from the injection molder, they were loaded onto the cooling table, where the rate of temperature change was precisely controlled during the cool-down process. This greatly increased the dimensional stability of the vent because unwanted stresses due to uneven cooling were eliminated. The result? Much better quality control results. Finally, to be sure we were shipping the best products we could, we involved a specialist in testing and QC. First, he recommended that we impact test our units. To that end, we purchased an impact tester to make sure our resins were up to the job at hand. We impact tested 4 times straight on the same unit without the unit breaking. Then, we dropped the same unit on a concrete floor 5 times. The unit still did not break. Finally, we pressure tested to 30 pounds for over 30 minutes with no leaking. This is unheard of in any other PVC fitting, especially a very large one. Then, he recommended that we install a thermal imaging camera to inspect the weld along the entire seam of the vent. This assured a watertight fit. The break in the yellow line indicates a potential bad seal, and this part will be rejected. The unbroken yellow line shows a good seal that will not leak. ProVent has successfully constructed a single stack system that holds up under pressure. It can be ordered with both male and female couplings. When we began designing and building our new system, we knew we were in uncharted territory. Now, Thanks to our team and a few highly skilled experts, we now have a product worthy to be used by our loyal plumbing contractor customers.